you know, before she passed, I knew I was her favorite grandson. Some might beg the difference, but I was one.
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
Yeah.
No, Snow, listen, Snow, that, you know, and you can see that in you, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to kind of go through the timeline a little bit. You know, you did 9 months in around 94, right? You went to the
Right.
YAC.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so you got in this trouble. And I feel like coming out of that, your life changed, you know, because much like me, you know, when I was in a senior high school and I got locked up, my whole mind was like, wait, you know, I know there's things I have to do to get where I'm going, but this ain't where I want to be. How did 94 change you? Because soon after 98, you started CTE.
Well, for me, like, I'm gonna keep it I'm gonna keep it a book. Like, another part of that empty voice that I had was things that I know I didn't want. You know what I'm saying? So I was the type of person that would sit there and watch and learn from other people's mistakes and not mine. But when I started making the same mistakes, I was like, yo, you know, I don't want to be in jail. Like, that ain't, like, my mind, like, I'm a thinker, so my mind is constantly, like, it has to be fed. Like, I have to see things, learn things,
Yeah.
and you can't do that in there. But what I did, what I did learn is that that's somewhere I didn't want to be, and I just felt like it was a waste of time. And one thing about me, like, I'm efficient in my own right. Like, you know, I'm on my time, but I'm efficient in my head. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just felt like it was a long time to sit down, and I wasn't making no progress, and I had to come out and I had to come out and get my you know, just get my focus back on, and that was a process, and I ain't like that because I felt like I was behind. So it made me come out with a vision, and I went harder, but I also like, you know what, whatever I got to do in life, I just can't end up back here.
Because I think that was a blessing for you, because I think when we was in the street, when we were in the street young, you didn't really have a purpose for what you were doing. But I think after you came out of YAC, you had a real purpose. So anything you did, you felt you had to do, and you put that towards, you know, your goals in CTE.
What a good thing about it though, it taught me some things, man. It taught me how, and I'm just being honest with you, like it taught me my gift, and my gift is leadership. My gift is to serve. Because when I was in there, like, I learned a lot of things about people, and I was just like, because I never took the time to sit down and know nobody like this. So you in there, you got people on your bunk. So the blessing was I got my GED while I was in there. You know what I'm saying? Aced it, because all I had to do was sit down. And right. And my bunkmate, the guy that was on the bottom bunk, we ended up being good friends afterwards. But he didn't pass his GED test, and he was like, you know, he was going through it. He's like, damn, man, I at least want to go back home, you know, show my people I got it, you know, GED or whatever. I was like, yo, man, I was like, open the book. And I sat there every night and tutored him when the lights was on until he passed it. You know what I'm saying? And then I just saw what that did for me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you put somebody else first, you helped them, you took your time, and you saw that, and then, like, it just started going from there, because I was like, damn, you know, I can really, like, look out for people. And I didn't understand that gift then, but it's just like, just take it. If you know something somebody wants to know, and you take the time to explain it to them and help them through it, it also helps you, because it took my mind off of going home. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
that was
what's
like,
up, man.
Yeah, and I just started learning about, you know, different religions, and, you know, really, like, people was in there reading, and I was like, the hell you reading the book for, man? They ain't gonna do nothing. But now, you know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, open the book, because it take my mind off things, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know that before I went in there.
Yeah, no, and I think, you know, those are the times where we click, right? I always try to teach my sons in life, there's gonna be times where you got to be able to turn it on and off. And I think for you, the light switch went up. I can do this. I could do this. This is actually cooler than not knowing. And then, like I said, 2001, under the name Lil J, you know what I'm saying? CTE Worldwide is established. You know what I'm saying? You taking, you know, that energy and you putting it into business. So tell me about the name Lil J, because under Lil J.
Right. So what it was, so I went to the hood, in the Mac. A lot of them know. So actually, what happened was the guy that I helped, out with his GED, ended up being from Macon. So when I got out, like I said again, when I got out, I went back to my grandmother, and I'm like, man, ain't no money here, ain't no nothing here. So I was like, I hit him up. I was like, yo, I said, where you at? So he's like, I'm on the block. I'm in Macon. I'm like, I'll be up there tomorrow. I hopped in my Cutlass, shot up there. When I got out, looked, and I saw this scene, and I just saw opportunity. It was just like, you know, you name it, gang banging, this, that, and that. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just breaking everything down. So I said, let me ask you a question. I said, if y'all got all these people here, like, how are they making money? He's like, money? We got, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, we dug it. I'm like, yeah, but you still got to make some bread. He's like, nah. I said, give me a week, I'll be right back. I came back, that city was never the same. Because I told him, I was like, I'm going to show you how to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to do that. Because I feel like they're going to do it to take time. So, you know, I came, I did what I did, put the city on the map. You know what I'm saying? A few might be different, but everybody that was around me was good. And I was very influenced by music. And I was just like, I'm gonna come to the block. We be on the corner store. You know, they be up there rapping and, you know, sunsets. And I was like, man, like, I know y'all real. I put some money behind y'all. So I grabbed about 4 homies from Duncan Block when I bought the studio out on the south side. Got all the studio equipment and tried to put them on. I was sitting in the studio with them every night. And
so you was on your Easy E. At first, you was gonna be the label and just put other artists out.
Right. So I wasn't a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like
I didn't know that. Niggas really get to know people on the Kenny Burns show. But go ahead.
So so I put them on. We go in the studio. We cut all these records, and I started investing my money in them. And right around the time I started investing my money, you know, the streets got bad, so everything slowed up. So, you know, I was down to my last coins, and they got it. They got in 2 of them got indicted. The other one got indicted on a murder, or like a assault. It might have been like a murder or something like that.
Right.
It just got deep, and I was in the studio, bread gone. You know what I'm saying? I had the studio, and they was locked up, and I was sitting there. My partner looked at me, he go, man, you might as well do it. You the real one anyway. You out here. And I was like, you have a point. And I ain't had nowhere to go because there wasn't nothing popping on the block. So I was just sitting in the studio and I was trying to make songs, and I was just like, I would make songs and I was yelling, and I tried everything you think of to try to find my pocket. And the Lil J project, you know what I'm saying, I made, like, you never believe I was in Atlanta. I made that, and this white boy named I forget his name. It's white boy. He was an older guy, but he had a studio that was in his barn in his backyard. So like a barn made in his backyard. So it was like, you know, a barn, a real life barn.
Some other shit, right?
Right, east side Atlanta. And I never forget, Bone Crusher had a song out at the time, and he was like, Bone Crusher was winning. I was like, yo, I gotta get a song Bone Crusher. So I get Bone Crusher to come to the studio out there. So he drive all the way on Conyers on the east side. We get there. The whole time he there, he keep complaining about, man, I just ate some. So I think McDonald's or somewhere. He was on the way, and he looked at me and said, you think he'll let me use the bathroom? I'm like, I don't know. So so keep in mind, he don't got no bathroom in the barn.
Right.
So
right.
The nearest store is like 25 minutes. Yo,
shit.
Man, I gotta use the bathroom so bad. He said, which one you gotta do? And he was like, no, I gotta use the bathroom. Right. He's like, yo, my man, my family in the house. Can't nobody go in my house. So Bone Crusher looking at me, right?
And Bone Crusher ain't no little motherfucker.
Right.
That's a big boy.
So he had to leave and drive all the way to the store, but I'll never forget it. And I was just sitting there like, wow, man, I'm recording an album in a barn. There's no bathroom and nowhere to sit. I want this shit bad. I want it bad. I know I want it bad. Yeah. And I sat there the whole time, and I was just like, you know what I mean? I was just like grinding it out, and I really didn't know my calling with it. So Lil J was like an experimental phase for me because I was trying to find the sound. I ain't really had my own producers. I didn't really understand how it went, but I gave it my all. So I put, you know, a lot of bread in it, and it got me the attention I need because I had all this, you know, all this jewelry and all these cars. And every time I was, you know, going to the studio, I started going to Dallas Austin studio because I saw everybody was there. So I'm like, well, if I can go there, people will see me.
I'll run into somebody.
Right, and that's how I started, you know, getting on. So I took the Lil J project over there, and I'd be playing and getting studio time and just sit around. People started noticing me. And And that's how I really just started. I just started kind of moving around, knowing the DJs, being in the city, knowing people, and
But 2003 though, Snow,
right.
when you released